Minimalism, not about having less, but living with what truly matters. Have you ever felt your life getting more crowded, even though your home's the same, your job's the same, and the day still has 24 hours? It's not because you lack space. It's because you're piling on too many unnecessary things. A closet full of clothes, yet nothing to wear. A calendar packed, yet life feels meaningless. Dozens of apps, notifications, calls, and not a single quiet minute. And deep inside, you begin to feel drained. Drained by things you can't name. Drained by busyness that leads nowhere. Drained by chasing every trend, every demand, every expectation, without knowing what you actually want. That's when you need to stop. Minimalism isn't about giving everything up. It's about keeping what genuinely matters. It's not about living poorer, it's about living lighter. Not lower quality, but more intentional. Do you know what exhausts people fastest? Not work, not age, but the accumulation of tiny, unnecessary choices every day. What to wear today? What to eat for lunch? Who do I have to stay in touch with? What do I need to buy to keep up? And so you burn your clarity, siphon your peace, just to live like someone else. Minimalism brings you back to the core. A few outfits you truly love, a tidy, sufficient room, a day doing fewer things but doing them deeply rather than many things superficially, fewer noisy relationships, but people you can really call when it's hard, fewer goals, but the ones you want to pursue for a lifetime. Maybe you once thought minimalism is for the wealthy, the idle, the introverted. No, minimalism is for anyone who wants to live with clarity, because every object you own is something you have to care for. Every relationship you maintain takes a piece of your mind. Every goal you chase consumes your energy, so minimalism isn't about lack. It's about removing noise so you can clearly see what's worth keeping. What are the benefits of minimalism? You get time for yourself, you compare less, feel less negativity, you save money, and more importantly, spend it on what matters. You master your time, your mind, and most importantly, your life. Minimalism, not to live with less, but to live more deeply. Not to have fewer things, but to have the right ones. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHI TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHI TV now to secure the best placement.
Financial minimalism. Spend less to live more. Have you ever reached the end of the month, looked at your bank balance, and had no idea where the money went? You didn't buy anything big, no luxury splurges, and yet the money just disappears? A little each day, a coffee here, a discounted item there, a swipe of the card just for fun. And so, your salary goes up, but so does the pressure. Modern life doesn't make you poor, it just conditions you to spend unconsciously. Financial minimalism doesn't mean punishing yourself. It's not about being stingy or cutting out all enjoyment. It's about spending with intention. It's about asking before you buy, do I really need this? You'd be surprised to realize 80% of what you buy is to fill emotional voids, please others, maintain an image you feel you should have. Financial minimalism is shifting from emotional spending to value-based spending. Instead of buying something just because it's on sale and you feel wasteful not to, you invest that money in a course that increases your income. Instead of buying 5 cheap things you use once, you buy 1 quality item that lasts 5 years. You don't save because you're afraid of being poor, you save because you clearly know what truly brings you happiness. Financial minimalism helps you accumulate more easily because you're no longer spending on meaningless things. Invest more confidently because your cash flow is transparent. Gain freedom because you're not trapped doing work you hate just to service debt. And, most importantly, you live with peace of mind because you control your money, not the other way around. You'll realize you don't need that much to live well. You just need less of the excess and more clarity. Because in the end, money isn't for buying more things you don't need. It's for buying back time, freedom, and agency over your life. Financial minimalism is the first step toward being wealthier, not just in money, but in mindset. When you don't need much to be happy, no one can buy your loyalty with cheap distractions. You stop chasing other people's standards. You know your own value, and every dollar you spend has a worthy purpose. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers? Increase brand awareness and drive conversions? Partner with AHA TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHA TV now to secure the best placement.
Work minimalism. Fewer tasks, deeper focus, greater impact. Have you ever felt insanely busy all day, but when you look back, you don't actually know what meaningful progress you made? Endless meetings, a dozen rushed email replies, a piled-up to-do list. Then you fall asleep feeling, I tried so hard, but didn't get closer to what truly matters. That's the spiral of false busyness. The more you do, the more fragmented you become. The more you take on, the more you lose sight of what actually produces results. The more you try to please everyone, the more you lose identity and stamina. Work minimalism isn't about being lazy. It's about making better choices. You don't need 10 tasks a day. You need 3 that actually create value. Instead of doing 10 things at 10% effort, do 3 things at 90%. Go deep, do less, but do it well. Try this simple rule. Each morning, pick only the 3 most important things. The rest, if they get done, great. If not, push them to tomorrow. You'll see productivity rise not because you're doing more, but because you stop spreading yourself thin and start digging in. Work minimalism also means knowing how to say no. Don't take on more unless it's necessary. Don't attend meetings without a clear purpose. Don't absorb someone else's work just to be praised as versatile. You're not paid to be busy. You're paid to deliver clear value. And value comes from focus, not overload. Work minimalism helps you reduce stress, lose the constant never enough time feeling, improve the quality of what you do. Most importantly, begin to feel meaning in each day. Life isn't for those who try to do everything. It's for those who choose what's worth doing. Remember, being busy is not a badge of honor. Clarity and selective focus are what make a leader. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHI TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHI TV now to secure the best placement.
Emotional minimalism. When you learn to let go at the right time, your whole life lightens. Have you ever felt drained, not from your body, but from your mind? One careless comment gnaws at you all day. One misunderstanding replays in your head 100 times with all the replies you wish you'd said. One small disappointment turns into a cascade of bad days. Do you know why? Because you're holding on to too many emotions that don't need to be kept. We grow up in a culture that teaches us how to work, earn, manage time, but no one teaches us how to manage emotion. So when someone hurts us, we keep it. When someone talks behind our back, we hold it. One small slight wounds us, we carry it. Day after day, we grow heavier without even realizing why. Emotional minimalism is learning to let go at the right moment. Not because you're weak, but because you choose peace over winning unnecessary battles. You don't have to react to every jab. You don't have to prove you're right in every argument. You don't have to people please to feel worthy. When you practice emotional minimalism, you will stop punishing yourself for past mistakes. Refuse to let the past hijack the present. Be kinder to yourself. Stand firmer against external negativity. And, most importantly, create space for joy, gratitude, and love. A deep person isn't one who feels everything. It's one who feels selectively and doesn't let harmful emotions linger longer than necessary. You don't have to be happy all the time, but you do need to understand. Emotions are like belongings. If it's unnecessary, put it away. If it hurts, learn to release it. If it weighs you down, write it out and let it go. Emotional minimalism is giving yourself relief. It's not forcing toughness, nor letting yourself fracture over things that don't matter. When you remain calm over small things, you become strong in the face of big ones. When you keep inner peace, you gain the capacity to go far. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHA TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHA TV now to secure the best placement.
Minimalizing relationships, not more people, just the right ones. Have you ever felt this way? A pressure-filled day. You want to confide, but don't know who to call. In a moment of weakness, you scroll through hundreds of names in your contacts, and none of them make you feel safe. We live in an age of connection, yet lack people who truly understand this. Hundreds of Facebook friends, dozens of group chats, all sorts of social ties. And the more of them you have, the lonelier you feel. Minimalizing relationships isn't about shutting the world out. It's about clearing away the ones that drain you, feel fake, or quietly wound you. You don't have to keep someone around just because you've known them a long time. You don't have to sustain empty small talk out of politeness. You don't have to reply to messages from people who belittle you, then feel guilty for doing so. You deserve friends who listen without judgment. Show up when you need them, not only when it's convenient. Don't need many words to make you feel whole. Genuinely celebrate your wins instead of staying silent or resenting them. Maybe you're holding on to too many relationships out of fear of isolation. But here's the truth. The loneliest place isn't being alone. It's surrounded by people and still feeling disconnected. Start filtering. Who makes you feel lighter? Who makes you feel small or inadequate after interactions? Who genuinely cares and who only shows up when it serves them? Connection is like a drawer. If you cram it with clutter, the most valuable things have no room to breathe. Minimalizing relationships gives you less hurt, less time wasted on hollow conversations, space to nurture the real connections, and crucially, time to care for the most important relationship with yourself. Remember, you don't need 100 people to know your name. You need 1 or 2 who remember you when it matters. And you need to be that kind of person for others too. Living minimal isn't about having less. It's about having what's right, deeper, and more authentic. Nothing is more precious than a life where you can be yourself, within relationships that don't require performance. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHY TV now to secure the best placement.
Every time you mindlessly scroll, you drift further away from yourself. Take a look at a day in your life. You open your eyes, grab your phone. Bathroom break, phone in hand. Breakfast, scroll while chewing. Work 15 minutes, scroll again. Get home, scroll. Before bed, still scrolling. And then you ask yourself, why do I feel empty, tired, unfocused, irritable, easily down? Not because you're weak, but because you've fed your brain too much junk with no space to breathe. Social media isn't evil. You're not wrong for wanting to relax, connect, or stay updated. The danger is this: it's engineered to keep you there. The algorithm doesn't need you happy. It just needs you to stay. Stay for one more video. Stay to consume another drama. Stay to compare yourself to a stranger and quietly feel less than. You once had dreams. Write a book, learn English, build fitness, start a business. But instead of 30 minutes of deep focus, you give 3 hours to watching someone else's life. You're not lazy. You're trapped in an invisible loop, and you don't even realize you're in it. The more you scroll, the more you lose the ability to focus deeply, lose life-driving motivation, unconsciously compare yourself to unreal standards, and worst, lose connection with who you really are. You stop hearing your inner voice. You stop feeling genuinely alive. You become consumption, consuming news, images, gloss, emotions, without knowing what you're actually living for. Quitting the scroll isn't abandoning connection, it's returning to presence. Returning to a meal without notification sounds, a full conversation, a quiet page of a book, an afternoon walk with no camera. Sleep undisturbed by blue light. You won't die if you skip social media one evening, but you will slowly lose yourself if you keep scrolling with no pause. Think you don't have time? No, you're just letting time leak away in endless swipes. 1 hour a day of mindless scrolling is 365 hours a year. That's 15 days gone with nothing meaningful to show for it. So try this. One day, no social media. One evening, put the phone away, sit quietly with yourself. You'll realize, 1, you don't need as much as you thought you did. 2, you can still live well without knowing what others wore, ate, or where they went today. And 3, most importantly, you'll find yourself again, original, real, whole. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact a high TV now to secure the best placement.
Social media, the thing that makes you feel inadequate without you knowing why. Have you ever felt not good enough, not attractive enough, not successful enough, not busy enough like everyone else? If you answered yes, you're not alone. Millions of people are comparing their real selves to a carefully curated virtual world. On social media, everyone shines. They post their best moments, biggest wins, happiest days. They don't post the failures, the exhaustion, the loneliness, the times they fell apart. You see a girl traveling the world, but you don't know she's deep in credit card debt. You see a guy flaunting $1 million startup, but you don't know he's battling a mental crisis. You see friends checking in at fancy dinners, yet that might be the only meal they eat out all month. Then you go back to your own life, a normal room, pressure at work, just getting by income, and you start feeling like a failure. You're not failing. You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. The most dangerous thing about social media isn't the content. It's the feeling, I'm not enough, even when you're living with decency. That feeling makes you hesitate to start something new because you're afraid of losing to others. Hold back your true self for fear of judgment. Constantly feel behind, even though there's no real race. You get sucked into the comparison loop, and the more you scroll, the smaller, dimmer, more useless you feel. Not because you are, but because the algorithm feeds you what makes you doubt yourself. So what's the solution? Not deleting the app, not vanishing from the digital world, but learning to return to your real value and using social media with intention. Limit your scrolling time each day. Follow content that nourishes you, not content that triggers envy or hurts your self-worth. And most importantly, don't let social media standards define your life's value. You don't need to go to Bali, wear designer labels, or rack up 100K likes to feel worthy. You've been enough since the moment you chose meaning, responsibility, and authenticity. Every time you stop scrolling, you choose to listen to yourself. Accept your imperfect self. Give yourself the space to grow on your own terms without comparison. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHY TV now to secure the best placement.
Want to stop mindless scrolling? Don't fight it. Replace it. You may have tried deleting the app, turning off notifications, setting screen limits, telling yourself, I won't scroll anymore. And then what happens? You pick up your phone again, log in, swipe up, swipe down, and feel disappointed in yourself. Here is the truth. You can't quit social media with willpower alone. You have to shift your environment, your habits, and your emotional state by replacing, not just resisting. 1. Don't force yourself to stop. Replace the behavior. You can't say no to the phone if you don't have something else to do with your hands or heart. So instead of only forbidding, put something in its place. Free hands? Grab a book instead of the feed. Before bed? Play a podcast or calming music instead of TikTok. Feeling low? Journal your thoughts instead of watching others' highlight reels. Stressed? Take a 10-minute walk instead of doom scrolling bad news. Your brain isn't craving nothing. It wants a different kind of reward. Give it one. 2. Shift from passive consumption to active creation. Instead of being a passive content consumer, ask, what value can I bring here? Write an honest post. Make a helpful short video. Connect genuinely with people who inspire you. When you become the creator, the algorithm no longer drags you. You steer the platform, not the other way around. 3. Carve out white space daily. Build at least 2 30-minute pockets in your day with no screens. Could be early morning or before sleep. This is prime time to reconnect with yourself. Let your mind breathe, to think deeply, feel honestly, and live deliberately. 4. Pause and ask before you scroll, what am I avoiding? A lot of scrolling isn't about need, it's about escape. Escaping uncomfortable emotions, escaping loneliness, escaping unresolved responsibility, escaping the fear of facing yourself. Once you name what you're hiding from, you can begin to untangle it instead of burying it. 5. Reward yourself for choosing differently. Each time you pick up a book instead of the feed, acknowledge it. Each time you write instead of watch, give yourself a quiet nod. Every successful pause teaches your brain, I have agency. Quitting social media isn't about punishment or deprivation. It's a return to agency, presence, and truth. You don't need to disappear from the digital world. You just need to show up more in your own life. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with HATV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact HATV now to secure the best placement. Social media isn't bad if you use it to create value instead of draining yourself. Most people use social media to kill time, mindlessly entertain themselves, compare their life to others. After 1 to 2 hours of scrolling, they end up tired, guilty, and unfocused. But there's a small group, very small, using social media as a tool to learn new things, build real connections, grow their personal brand, monetize their time online. You can be one of them if you shift your approach. Instead of asking, what should I watch for fun today? Ask, what can I learn from social media today? What can I share that helps someone else? Who can I follow to become better instead of feeling inferior? Social media becomes an asset when you actively curate what you consume. Unfollow what makes you compare, feel negative, or lose motivation. Follow people who are genuine, thoughtful, and positively inspiring. Create instead of just consume. You don't need to be an influencer. Simply sharing your perspective, experience, or knowledge is already creating value. Learn purposeful skills. There are thousands of short videos on investing, languages, critical thinking, personal growth. Instead of watching 20 shallow clips, watch one that actually moves you forward. Leverage social media to expand opportunity. Connect with people who are better than you. Find communities in your field. Post work that demonstrates your capability, not to flex, but so the right people see it. When you use social media intentionally, it stops draining you and becomes the platform for your growth. You don't have to isolate yourself from the digital world. Just don't disappear into the noise. You may have spent hours watching other people's lives. Now use that time to build your own. No need to go viral. No need to be famous. Just make sure every time you log on, you leave with something positive instead of emptiness. Don't let social media spend you. Make it a tool and you the operator. When you shift from the scroller to the creator, from consumer to developer, you don't just save time, you generate value. And that value is what leads you to freedom. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHY TV now to secure the best placement.
Digital minimalism, being present in life instead of just existing behind a screen. We live in a peculiar era where you can connect with hundreds of people at once, yet still feel lonely. Where you can know what's happening in the whole world, but fail to understand yourself. We're overloaded, not because of work, but because of information. Every day you scroll through hundreds of stories, thousands of images, a barrage of emotions, but when you turn off the phone, you're left with one thing: an empty mind. No white space to listen, no room to feel, just a tired, confused self who constantly senses not enough. That's when you need to pause, not to disappear, but to live more intentionally. Be selective about what you watch, selective about who you follow, selective about the time you give to social media and the time you give to yourself. Digital minimalism doesn't mean rejecting technology, it simply means not letting yourself be driven, not letting notifications hijack your emotions, not letting life be measured by engagement counts. Ask yourself, when was the last time you ate a meal without a phone in hand? When was the last time you truly listened to a loved one's words? When was the last time you sat quietly alone without reflexively opening an app? Real life isn't in the screen. It's in the gaze of the person across from you. It's in deep, uninterrupted sleep. It's in a book read slowly. It's in laughter that isn't broken by a notification buzz. You don't have to delete social media. Just learn to turn it off when you should be present. You don't need constant updates. Just learn to quiet down enough to hear your own voice. Because sometimes what you need isn't another story or headline. It's a moment of silence, a deep pause, a still seat. We don't have to live loud to be seen. We just need to live deeply enough to know we're truly alive. If you've read this far, maybe you're ready. Ready to scroll less, watch less, react less, and start living like a real human in a virtual world. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHY TV now to secure the best placement.
Successful people don't just start their morning well, they end their day with a high-quality evening. You've heard hundreds of tips about morning routines, right? But very few talk about the evening routine, the place where long-term difference is really made. Because the evening doesn't determine what time you wake up, it determines whether you wake up full of energy or drained and defeated. Your evening routine is the goodbye you give yourself before sleep. So how many of us fall asleep with a phone in hand until our eyes burn? Unresolved anger simmering beneath the surface, an unfinished to-do list and a mind tangled in worry. Then we wake up more exhausted than when we went to bed. Evening is when you plant seeds for tomorrow. You reap what you sow. If you spend your evenings consuming toxic, negative, drama-filled content, eating late, drinking, scrolling mindlessly, complaining, blaming, or wallowing in stress, then don't be surprised when each morning you feel sluggish, uninspired, and like life isn't moving forward. Instead, try planting these small positive habits in your evening. Write down 3 things you're grateful for today. List the top 3 priorities for tomorrow. Read 10 pages of a book. Listen to calming music. Take deep breaths or meditate for 5 minutes. Put your phone away from the bed and go to sleep on time. That's it, just those. In a few weeks, you'll notice a quiet but deep shift in yourself. No need to binge 100 self-help books. A good evening routine puts you ahead of millions who are still trapped in chaos before sleep. A poor quality evening doesn't just steal your night's rest, it robs your tomorrow. You wake up tired, reactive, and behind instead of proactive. You say you want success, you want health, you want a clear mind to make smart investment decisions. Then start by stopping the sabotage of your evenings. No one sustains long-term success if every night ends with a phone in hand and every morning begins with anxiety. The truly capable person knows when to let go, to restore themselves. Evening habits don't need to be dramatic, just consistent, quiet, positive. Gradually, you'll live more intentionally, react less impulsively, and face life with calm control. Because morning is where you begin, but evening is where you recover. Those who honor their evenings are the ones strong enough to go further tomorrow. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHY-TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats, fast to launch, and cost-effective. Contact AHY-TV now to secure the best placement.
Evening, the moment that decides whether you get poorer or richer. Most financial mistakes don't happen during business hours. They happen at night, when you're tired, alone, lost, and you open an online shopping app. One unconscious click, a shirt you don't need, a sale item that never gets used, another round of drinks because it's late, might as well enjoy. And just like that, you spend another few $100,000, a few million. It seems small, but it accumulates into debt and instability. Evening is when you're most vulnerable to the worst money decisions, not because you're greedy, but because you're exhausted. And when you're tired, your brain just wants the easy comfort. That's why those flash sale ads, impulse live stream pushes, and buy now triggers all come alive at night. They know, at night, you're weakest. But here's what you need to know. The rich and the poor aren't separated primarily by income. They're separated by what they do after work. The wealthy don't use the evening to spend. They use it to review the day's expenses, note the emotions behind impulse buys, read a chapter about money, learn to tell the difference between need and want, plan exactly how each dong will be used tomorrow. If you want financial freedom, less debt, real surplus, don't just look at how you work during the day. Look at how you live each evening. Are you spending for temporary feelings or investing in a fuller tomorrow? Just one simple nightly habit. Open your wallet, review what you spent today. Write down one unnecessary expense and promise yourself not to repeat it tomorrow. Do that every night, and you'll begin to feel control over your money, debt shrinking, and real accumulation starting. Evening isn't just downtime. It's where you choose whether you live by instinct or by intention. Financial freedom doesn't start with a windfall. It starts with a disciplined, consistent, clear-headed evening routine. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with Ahai TV for video advertising starting as just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact Ahai TV now to secure the best placement.
You don't need more discipline, you just need better sleep. There's a truth few admit. You're not lacking motivation, you're lacking quality sleep. Because when you're exhausted, every piece of advice becomes meaningless. You can write goals, plaster them everywhere, watch 10 motivational videos every morning. But if the night before you went to bed at 2 a.m. scrolling your phone and snacking, then the next day you won't get anything meaningful done. The breakdown starts with your evening habits. Shallow sleep, mind foggy. Wake up late, frantic, out of control. Chronic nervous tension, quick to irritate, quick to give up. Diminished focus, poor decisions, doubting yourself. None of that is fate. It's how you spent your evening. You've asked, why am I so stressed, negative, unfocused, easily burned out? The answer may not be that you didn't try hard enough. It's that you never gave your brain real recovery. A person who sleeps on time, sleeps deeply, and avoids screens before bed will wake up sharp, decisive, committed to their plan, able to withstand pressure better than others. Meanwhile, you stay up late every night, glued to the phone until you fade, then wonder why you've lost all drive. The problem isn't your job. It isn't the outside world. It's the careless way you treat your nervous system each evening. Instead of chasing brain supplements, self-help books, or flashy personal development courses, try sleeping early for 1 week. No phone, no stimulants, no toxic news. Just one healthy evening routine, and you'll notice. You're more patient, less impulsive, have space for deep thought instead of being swept by life's deadlines. Good sleep is the root of every positive change, and the root of good sleep is your evening ritual. Don't let "I can't control my emotions" become your excuse. Ask yourself, are you sleeping right? Are you helping your brain regenerate, or are you unconsciously destroying it night after night? You don't need to try harder, you just need to recover better. And it all starts with a calm, intentional, clear-headed evening. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with Ahai TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact Ahai TV now to secure the best placement.
Evening isn't just for rest, it's for cleansing the mind. Have you ever lain down, utterly exhausted, but couldn't fall asleep? Because your head is still spinning with the day's weight. A failed meeting, words someone said that cut deep, an expense that went over budget, a question, what am I even living for? You turn off the light, but your mind stays lit like daytime. You close your eyes, but your inner world is in turmoil. That's not rest, that's mental imprisonment. The evening, when used right, is the most powerful emotional detox you have. Used wrong, it becomes a pit that drags you deeper into stress, negativity, and exhaustion with no escape. You may have stayed up late replaying an argument. You may have chewed over an old hurt or an insignificant failure. You may have scrolled endlessly to forget, only to feel more drained. The human mind wasn't built to carry yesterday's baggage forever. It needs to be unpacked, rinsed, and given quiet space. That's why you need an evening ritual, a cleansing rite for the soul. Try this. Write down 3 things that bothered you today and burn the paper if it helps release them. Note 1 lesson you learned from today's trouble. Forgive yourself for something you didn't do perfectly. Drink a glass of warm water. Take deep breaths. Dim the lights early. Close your eyes and say, "Today was enough. I deserve rest." If you don't detox your mind each night, you carry that emotional garbage into sleep, and you wake up with a new day already loaded with yesterday's fatigue. You keep living on repeat, not because you're weak, but because you don't know how to put it down. Evening is when most people go to bed, but the truly grown-up person wakes up inside to ask, "Am I living according to my values? What from today doesn't need to come with me tomorrow? Can I lighten this load?" The wise aren't those who carry the most. They're the ones who let go at the right time. Each night is an opportunity to reset your mind. No complex techniques, just honesty with your emotions and kindness toward yourself. You can't live clearly with a cluttered mind. You can't grow if you keep nursing wounds that won't heal. And you certainly can't rest while an inner war still rages. So let your evening become a bath for the spirit, a place to wash away the grime of the mind and enter sleep with peace. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with HAYTV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach genuine prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact HAYTV now to secure the best placement.
A proper evening ritual can change your entire life. Ordinary people say, "It's late, just rest." But someone living with intention says, "Tonight, I'll prepare for a brighter tomorrow." The difference lies in one simple thing: the evening ritual. An evening ritual isn't a rigid formula. It's a small promise you make to yourself before closing the day. It helps you clear your mind, stabilize your emotions, replenish energy, and most importantly, keeps you disciplined in a chaotic world. You can start with very gentle actions. Turn off all devices 30 minutes before bed. Don't carry noisy stimuli and negative images into your sleep. Write down 3 things you did well today. No matter how small, they're signs of progress. This builds self-worth and lets you sleep with a sense of satisfaction. Set 3 main priorities for tomorrow. No need for over-detailing, just clarity. Your brain gets pre-primed, so you don't wake up wandering. Do one thing that brings deep calm. Drink a glass of warm water. Listen to soft music. Read 5 pages. Meditate for 5 minutes. Small act, big effect. Say something kind to yourself. "I'm trying every day. Today wasn't perfect, but I'm proud I didn't give up." Don't go to sleep with self-blame. That's the first thing you'll carry into tomorrow. A consistent evening ritual will help you sleep more deeply, reduce anxiety, and boost natural dopamine. Cut down decision fatigue in the morning. Increase your sense of ownership over your life. And if you repeat it for 30 days, you'll become a different person without needing extreme effort. You may have tried waking up early, binging self-help books, packing your schedule. But if your evenings are still chaotic, you're entering each new day with a brain that hasn't been cleansed, like trying to drive fast with an empty tank. To live a disciplined life, you don't need to overhaul everything. Just change how you end each day, because a strong finish is the most powerful beginning for tomorrow. In short, you can't control the whole world, but you can control one thing: your own evenings. Keep them gentle, intentional, and kind. You'll sleep better, live deeper, and each day will stop being a meaningless loop. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHYTV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHYTV now to secure the best placement.
Learning English every day, not just a language, but the key to changing your destiny. If you don't study English today, you'll still be you tomorrow, just a more limited version. Have you ever wondered, why do people who aren't that much better than you go much further? The answer often lies in one small difference: English. When you don't know English, you're not just missing a language, you're missing the world. You can't read the best books. You can't listen to lectures from the top experts. You can't learn directly from the most authoritative sources. English is your global access pass. It's the passport into knowledge that Google Translate can never fully unlock. You're smart, but you rely on someone else to translate a book for you. You have skills, but you don't dare apply to the multinational company. You dream of investing, but you can't read financial reports in English. And with each passing day, you lose opportunity, bit by bit, silently, without even realizing it. Worse, English not practiced daily is English never really learned. It's not like static knowledge, it's like muscle. If you don't train it, it atrophies. If you don't use it, it fades. No daily repetition means you reset back to zero. The worst pain is watching someone who used to be behind you, now speaking with foreigners, working in international companies, monetizing skills you already had, while you're left behind. Then, one day, you make it a habit. Not much, 15 minutes a day is enough, but consistent. Day by day, word by word, listen by listen. And suddenly, you understand a video without subtitles. You can say a few sentences and feel a bit more confident. You write an email without copy-pasting from Google. You earn a scholarship, a new job, a breakthrough no one expected you to pull off. And you realize English doesn't make you extraordinary overnight, but it quietly transforms your whole life. Choosing to learn English every day is choosing to live without limits. It's stepping out of the box society built for those who can't talk to the world. Today, you might not be good yet, but if you start today, you're already ahead of millions who never began. Because learning English daily isn't just learning a language, it's opening the door to the future you once dared to dream. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHYTV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHYTV now to secure the best placement.
Not knowing English, you're quietly closing the door on life-changing opportunities. You're not poor because you lack ability. You're poor because you're stopped at the very first gate, the language. Imagine A job that pays $50 million a month requiring only the technical skills you already have, but it needs English communication. You quietly scroll past that posting. Not because you're not capable, but because you don't have the words to say, I want to give it a try. Meanwhile, others who aren't smarter than you know English, and they automatically step into better arenas. They don't work nights to scrape together pay. They don't have to tighten their belts. They do the same work you do, but get paid 5 times more. And you, technically skilled, stay stuck in the same position, waiting for someone to open a path, forgetting the door only opens with English. Not knowing English is a silent kind of poverty. It doesn't show up today. But 5 years from now, when you're still making 10 million while others are earning 100 million, you'll realize today's silence was the expensive price of tomorrow. Do you know? 80% of the highest quality advanced skill courses are only available in English. 90% of opportunities at international companies don't reach those who can't read or write basic English. On global marketplaces, Vietnamese sellers often sell to Vietnamese customers, while Thais and Indonesians are selling to the entire world. But here's the good part. Every day you spend 30 minutes learning English, you're reversing that poverty loop. You learn how to sell internationally. You write professional product descriptions. You negotiate with foreign clients without intermediaries. And most importantly, you no longer depend on anyone else to define your value. English isn't about being fancy or prestigious. It's the tool that frees you from living a life constrained by invisible barriers. It's the means to reclaim the right to choose your job, your salary, your desired life. And it all starts with consistent daily practice. Not a lot, just regular. If you're working now on a paycheck that barely gets you by, remember, without English, you're passing up 70% of the world out there. Start learning before it's too late, because once you master English, you'll never have to choose between passion and making ends meet. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value.
You think you lack confidence, but no, you just lack vocabulary. You think you're afraid, but really you're just underprepared. No one is born fluent in English. What others have that you don't isn't magic. It's one decision: learning English every day. Do you know what hurts most? It's when you have ambition, potential, everything going for you, but you're locked out because you're afraid to say one imperfect sentence in English. I once met a top graduating young woman who'd studied English from grade 6 through university. Yet in the workplace, she wouldn't speak, terrified of grammar mistakes. She once dreamed of being an international tour guide. Now she's a clerk in a small office, all because she didn't have the courage to start over. But here's the truth. English is the one thing where starting late is never too late. No one mocks a 30 or 40-year-old who's learning again. They respect you for daring to begin anew, for wanting to go further. And each day you study is a day you reclaim the voice that's yours. You speak a few sentences, you feel more confident in a meeting. You write one email, you dare apply to a better company. You watch a video without subtitles, suddenly you don't feel small anymore. And one day, you're standing in a room full of foreigners. You speak up, not perfect, but no longer silent. Learning English isn't about being better than someone else. It's about becoming a braver, more confident version of yourself. English doesn't just unlock opportunities. It restores the self-belief you once lost. If you feel like you're not good enough, remember, it's not that you're inadequate, it's that you haven't started again. Learn a little every day. Then one day, you'll stand tall, look back, and realize you were never truly behind. You just lacked the chance to speak. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value.
Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost effective. Contact AHY TV now to secure the best placement.
If you don't learn English, you're letting your child start behind the line. There are things parents can't teach their children, but if you don't learn, you won't even know what they're learning. In this era, kids start English from kindergarten. They watch cartoons in English, use language apps, have foreign teachers every week, and if you, the parent, still can't say a basic sentence in English, you're quietly separating yourself from your child's journey of growth. Imagine this. Your child comes home excited. Mommy, today I learned apple is kwatao. You smile, but don't know how to respond. They need your help with English homework. You sit there, as lost as you once were. No one to guide, no one to understand. Then you say, Mommy doesn't know. Ask your teacher. Repeating the same closed loop you grew up in. You may not be able to afford an international school for your child, but at the very least, you can learn English to walk alongside them. You don't have to be better than anyone, just not worse than the version of yourself yesterday. Today's parents aren't just ferrymen anymore. They're running alongside their children on the race of knowledge. And if you don't know English, you don't understand the map. Your child has to run alone. That's the most painful part. Not learning English costs you job opportunities, but worse, it costs you the language that connects you to your child's future. Then, when your child enters an international environment, you stand behind the glass watching them succeed, but can't understand what they're saying. You feel proud, yet disconnected. Learning English every day isn't to make you a genius. It's so that one day you can speak to your child in the very language they're learning. So you can tell them a bedtime story in English. Ask, "How was school today?" And your child smiles and answers, no translation needed. English in that moment is no longer just a skill. It's love spoken aloud. Learning it every day is planting a quiet seed that will grow into a bridge between you and your children for the whole journey. You don't need to be the best, just don't stop. If today you're still hesitant, start with a free English app, listen to a podcast, learn one new word. Learn not just for yourself, but for the small one growing up beside you every day. Because if you don't learn English, you're not just missing your own chance, you're delaying your child's first stride. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHY TV now to secure the best placement.
If you want real freedom, you have to speak the language the world uses. Freedom doesn't come from being rich or poor. It comes from your ability to stand anywhere and still run your own life. Imagine a day when you don't have to stay where you don't want to be. You're not tied down by a draining job, a difficult boss, or a city that wears you out. You can choose, go or stay. You can earn money from anywhere. All you need is a laptop and Wi-Fi. You can freelance internationally, teach online, sell across borders. You can live anywhere because you speak English. The problem is, 95% of Vietnamese are learning English just to pass exams. 90% quit soon after. Only 5% keep going, and they're the ones today enjoying true choice and mobility. If you want freedom, you can't stay boxed in by the language of one country. You must step into the language of the world. Learning tech? The latest resources are written in English. Doing business? The real market isn't limited to Vietnam. It's on Amazon, Etsy, Fiverr, Upwork. Want to invest? Courses on finance, stocks, crypto, AI. No one translates them fast enough. You have to read the originals. They're in English. English is a form of freedom capital. No one can take it, tax it, or devalue it over time. The more fluent you become, the more you can rescue yourself. Lose your job? You freelance. Get rejected locally? You apply globally. Want to leave the city for the countryside? You can still make a living writing English content or teaching online. English is a passport to personal freedom. Without it, you depend on others. You need someone to translate. You need someone to help. You live with the worry, do I have what it takes to keep up? But once you practice every day, a little bit, one word, one phrase, then you start reading, speaking, understanding. And from that point, you gain the right to say no to things that no longer serve you. Learning English isn't just learning a language. It's reclaiming the freedom you deserve. Freedom to do what you love. Freedom to earn where you choose. Freedom to have a voice unconstrained by any border. When you master English, no one can lock you into a small box anymore, because then you are a citizen of the world. So start today. No need to wait for free time. No need to wait for perfect conditions. Just show up a little bit each day, and freedom will come as a deserved reward. Because if you don't act for yourself now, you'll live the life shaped by someone else's choices. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with HHI TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact HHI TV now to secure the best placement.
Alcohol, the silent price many never wake up to. You don't have to drink every day to destroy your life. Just every time you lose control, it's enough to trade away everything you once worked to build. Let's be honest with each other. Alcohol was never your enemy in your eyes. It shows up at every celebration, every party, every "let's have a few drinks, bro." But then one day, you realize it's not you controlling the drink, it's the drink controlling you. There are men who once had grit and direction, now staring blankly over a glass. Lost careers, lost spouses and children, lost honor. All because one cheers session went beyond the limit. Worse, they can't even clearly remember what they've lost. You think a few drinks won't hurt? Listen to me. Every drink is a cut into your liver. It's a sleepless night that scrambles your memory and clouds your judgment. It's an expensive binge, over $500,000 while you're still paying tuition loans for your child. It's one drunken episode that can cause an accident or one careless word that ruins a career. Alcohol doesn't ruin you in a day. It destroys you slowly. Slow enough that you don't notice until it's too late. An uncleared father is a child without a role model. A husband who drinks every night is a wife left lonely for life. An employee who smells like booze is a career silently downgraded. You may have thought drinking is to drown sadness, to relieve stress. But have you ever seen someone finish a round and truly feel lighter? No. After every blackout comes shame, fatigue, a deteriorating liver and kidneys, loss of money, loss of reputation, loss of others' trust. And gradually, you stop being the person you wanted to be. You don't have to quit drinking forever, but you need to learn to master it. Know when to say no, know when you're crossing the line. Know that health, credibility, and family cannot be bought back by any bottle. Someone said, maturity in a man isn't measured by how much he can drink, but by his ability to refuse alcohol when it matters. If you have children, aging parents, a wife waiting for you at home every night, remember, every time you say no to alcohol is another day you choose to live healthy with your loved ones. If you've lost a job, made someone close to you cry, regretted something the next morning, ask yourself, was that drink last night really worth it? Financial freedom, self-improvement, a meaningful life. None of it ever begins with a drinking session, but it can end because of one. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHY TV now to secure the best placement.
Clarity, the true pinnacle of a man's strength. There's a myth passed down through generations that a real man has to drink, that not drinking is weakness, not fitting in, losing face. But the truth is, a man's strength isn't measured by how much he can drink. It's measured by his courage to say no when it matters. Say no to protect your health. Say no to keep your mind clear. Say no to preserve the bonds that matter. You don't need to get drunk to prove yourself. You don't need to clink glasses to keep friendships. You don't need to finish the bottle to save face. Because the most formidable man is the one who knows what's worth holding on to and what's worth letting go. I've met people who were exceptionally talented, respected across their entire company. Just a few episodes of overdrinking, and they lost reputation, opportunities, and the positions they'd spent years earning. I've also met fathers and husbands, once deeply loved, but after bouts of drinking, they weren't themselves. Harsh words, hurtful actions, only to wake up with regret, and the damage done to trust can't simply be undone. Do you know what makes a man truly honorable? Not status, not money, not how much he can drink, but sobriety, clarity in action, wisdom in choice, awareness in how he protects his family and himself from things that seem pleasant but are quietly destructive. Alcohol has never been the essence of manhood. It's a small test to see whether you choose strength or instinct. A truly strong man doesn't need booze to unwind, to numb pain, or to fit in. He chooses to face things. He chooses to live with clarity. And because of that, he becomes the guide for his family, his children, his future. If today you've thought, just a little won't hurt, think again. No accident starts with a solemn vow. They all begin with just a little. No decline happens overnight from one drink. It comes from the tiny sips you convinced yourself were harmless, accumulating to disaster. And when everything falls apart, you'll wish you had refused that day. Don't let "what if" be the last thing you say about your life. Real strength is knowing when to say no. Live with clarity, because when you're sober, you steer your own life. When you're drunk, life starts making decisions for you. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with a High TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact a High TV now to secure the best placement.
Alcohol, the quiet expense quietly eroding your future. Have you ever added it up, how much you spend every time you drink? A simple night out with friends, a few bottles, some dishes, sometimes a few 100,000, sometimes over 1 million. You go twice a week, 8 times a month? That's tens of millions of dong a year flushed down with meaningless clinks. Worse than the money you pour out is what you didn't do because you spent it on alcohol. You could have used that money to pay down another debt, buy health insurance for your child, invest in an English course, save or seed a small business. But instead, you chose booze. And when things get tough, you complain you're unlucky. No, you're not unlucky. You're burning your own opportunities one raised glass at a time. Someone once asked, "Can drinking take the pain away?" I answered, no. It just makes you poorer in a more comfortable, temporary way. And that's before we talk about the indirect financial fallout. Losing your job because you showed up late, hungover, being judged, passed over for promotion, a traffic accident, costing you everything you've worked to build, treatment for liver disease, stomach problems, elevated enzymes, tens to hundreds of millions. You think that happens to someone else? But as long as you keep drinking like there's no tomorrow, it's closer than you think, just waiting for the day you slip. Personal finance isn't about how much you earn. It's about how much you protect and how wisely you allocate toward the future. The wise person isn't the richest at the table. It's the one who knows when to walk away, preserving what matters most, stability. You work hard every day for every dong, so why throw it away on parties that leave you unfocused? If you truly want financial freedom, a better life, start by stopping the money drain that keeps you moving backward. I'm not saying you have to quit drinking completely. I just want you to understand, every drink you refuse today is a step closer to the life you dream of. Because no path to wealth ever started with a binge. But many paths have ended, all because of one drink too many. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHY TV for video advertising starting as just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHY TV now to secure the best placement.
Alcohol, the silent killer wearing the mask of a friend. No one thinks they'll collapse after one drink. No one thinks a harmless night out can lead to cancer, stroke, liver failure, or memory loss. But the truth is, alcohol doesn't kill you instantly. It destroys you slowly, silently. Do you know this? Regular drinking increases your risk of liver cancer by 2 to 4 times. Alcohol is the leading cause of cirrhosis, pancreatitis, stroke, and high blood pressure. It weakens your immune system, making you feel run down without knowing why. And most importantly, it wrecks your brain. The more you drink, the less control you have over emotion, memory, and logical thinking. So what do you see? Waking up each morning with a pounding headache, a bitter mouth, drained and exhausted. You blame the weather, the stress at work. But the truth is, that drink last night siphoned the life out of you. You start forgetting things, losing focus, snapping at people for no reason. That's not a sign of aging, it's a brain saturated with alcohol. Sexual health? One drink might give temporary excitement, but regular drinking kills your vitality, leaving you fatigued with lower desire, erectile issues, and a loss of performance in the eyes of your partner. And your liver? Your liver is a warrior. It quietly filters your toxins day after day, but alcohol is powerful enough to make that warrior surrender. By the time you realize it, it's often already the late stage. Did you ever dream of a long, healthy life, traveling in your later years, laughing with your children and grandchildren? Ask yourself, are you drinking for joy, or are you unconsciously shortening the life you once hoped for? Don't wait until the hospital becomes your second home. Don't let just for fun turns into endless IV drips, dialysis, and painful survival. No man is truly strong if he cannot protect his health, the foundation for himself and those who depend on him. You can be successful. You can have been strong once, but if you keep treating alcohol like your buddy, sooner or later, your body will be the first to betray you. Love this body of yours. It's the only companion you have for the rest of your life. One drink refused today can buy you a healthy heart, a functioning liver, a restful night, an energized morning, and many more years to do what you love with the people you care about. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHAY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHAY TV now to secure the best placement.
When you drink, the whole family suffers. No one marries a man only to live forever in quiet dread every time he comes home from a night out. No child wishes for a father whose first scent at night is the smell of alcohol. And yet, for some families, that is the daily, repeating reality. You might think drinking is a man's thing, just social stuff. But you don't see the woman sitting silently, waiting, meals cooling, hope fading from her eyes. You don't hear the late-night door creak that startles a child awake, heart racing in fear. Dad's drunk again. You don't hear the sigh when the child asks, "Mom, is Dad drinking again?" And she forces a smile to hide tears she can't explain. A drunk husband doesn't just hurt himself. He slowly erodes his wife's trust, loses his image in his child's eyes, and turns a home into a place of anxiety. Some children grow up in that atmosphere, carrying those wounds for life. They're ashamed to bring friends over. They internalize insecurity and distance themselves from the father they should have trusted. Why? Because in their memory, Dad is the one slumped, speaking nonsense, snapping when drunk, not the storyteller, not the one who takes them to the park, not the one who listens to their small dreams. Someone once asked me, "Drinking is my problem. How does it affect my wife and kids?" I just said gently, "Do you know, the one who hurts most
isn't you when you're drunk. It's the one who has to live beside you. The wife, from love to endurance, from endurance to exhaustion, from exhaustion to silence, and sometimes that silence becomes departure. If you've ever thought, I've got it under control, look into the eyes of the woman beside you. If you've ever thought, a little drink won't hurt, listen to your child's voice the next time you're drunk. You'll see who you're hurting. A strong man isn't the one who drinks most at the table. He's the one who dares to stand up and protect peace for his wife and children, even when friends pressure or challenge him. Remember, family doesn't need a fun guy on the outside. Family needs a sober husband, a father who shows up in body and spirit. Refusing the drink today isn't about fearing illness. It's because you don't want to lose the one who calls you husband and dad with all their heart. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with Ahai TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats, fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact Ahai TV now to secure the best placement.
The notebook, where you keep the things you've dropped from memory. Have you ever thought, I have a phone, note apps, Google Calendar, so why do I need a notebook? And yet how many times have you had a great idea, then forgotten it because you didn't write it down? Remembered an inspiring phrase only to lose it somewhere in your mind? Wanted to change your life, but everything stayed stuck in your head. It's not that we lack motivation, we lack a place to hold it. And that's exactly why you need a notebook. A notebook isn't just for tracking tasks. It's where you pause in a world moving too fast. It's where you reconnect with yourself, no notifications, no blue light, no distractions. When you write, you slow down. When you write, you hear your inner voice more clearly. When you write, you turn emotions, thoughts, and dreams into something real. And over time, page by page, your notebook becomes your own journey. You can use it to capture a business idea that flashed through your mind on the bus, write down 3 things you're grateful for each day so you remember life isn't as bleak as it feels, plan your personal finances so you know where every dong is going, set monthly goals and track daily how far you've come, put your sadness on paper because once it's written, it feels lighter. On the other hand, if you live without a place to record anything, you'll constantly start over. You'll slowly forget what you once wanted. Your mind will feel cluttered, always busy yet unclear about what you're actually pursuing. You'll waste mental bandwidth on trivial things instead of reserving it for what matters. A small notebook can be the beginning of a big life. It doesn't need to be expensive or ornate. It just needs to genuinely belong to you. A notebook is a non-judgmental companion. A place where you can write poorly, messily, imperfectly, and still be accepted. A place to whisper to yourself and little by little understand who you are. The world is getting louder. That's why a notebook becomes a quiet refuge for your mind. When you're tired, write. When you're unclear, write. When inspiration floods in, write it down because it doesn't stick around. Carry your notebook like a close friend because memory is fickle, but what you write down can change your future. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with Ahai TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact Ahai TV now to secure the best placement.
Journaling your money, the simplest way to take control and escape the debt cycle. Have you ever been in this situation? At the end of the month, your account is empty and you don't know where the money went. Telling yourself, "I'll save next month," then failing again. Trying to remember all your expenses in your head and getting everything mixed up. Don't blame your memory. It's not about willpower. The problem is you're trying to manage money with your brain instead of with paper. A simple notebook can become the foundation of your financial freedom. Start by writing down every expense daily. A cup of coffee, a night out, a discount purchase, money sent to your parents. You'll be surprised to see it's the small, repeated outflows that make you feel poor, not just the big decisions. The notebook helps you clearly see what you're spending on real needs versus what you're spending to fill emotional voids. Whether you're actually short on money or just spending without awareness. If you're moving closer to your financial goals each month or just circling without progress. On the flip side, if you don't record, you live spending with your eyes closed. You fall into hidden debt, buy now, forget to pay later. You always feel lacking without understanding why. And worse, you can't plan for any future because you don't know your baseline. Financial journaling doesn't need to be complicated. Just 3 columns each day. What did I spend? How much? Why? That's enough to start becoming the one who controls the money instead of letting it control you. Money doesn't vanish on its own. You're sending it somewhere unconsciously. And when you write it down, you force yourself to face the question, is this the way I want to live? If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHI TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHI TV now to secure the best placement.
Writing one page every night is healing a part of yourself day by day. There are days when you can't put your feelings into words. You don't want to tell anyone, and you don't even have the energy to explain it to yourself. You just know you're tired. Tired from overthinking, from holding memories, from feeling too deeply. We live surrounded by too much information, too many pressures, to the point where there's no space left to breathe for our own emotions. And if we can't release them, we accumulate. Accumulation becomes depression. Accumulation becomes irritability. Accumulation explodes in moments that don't deserve it. Writing in a notebook every night isn't just diary keeping. It's how you open the release valve for your mind. It's how you sit with yourself like a real friend. No need for elegant words, no need for perfect spelling. Just write. What did I feel today? What made me happy? What made me sad, angry, or empty? What did I learn today? Who or what do I need to forgive, including myself? When you write, things become clearer. What felt huge on the inside, once on paper, turns out to be a small wave. What made you angry, once examined, isn't worth carrying into tomorrow. And some things you thought you'd forgotten, they've been sitting there, waiting to be named and healed. Writing each night is also how you close the day with intention. Instead of letting chaos swirl in your head as you lie in bed, you offload it onto the page, giving your mind permission to rest. You sleep deeper, You wake up sharper. You live lighter. Not because the pressure disappeared, but because you learned how to set it down. You don't need a therapist to begin healing. You only need a notebook and honesty. Writing every night helps you train the ability to observe your own emotions, avoid being driven by them, learn patience with yourself, and bit by bit become your own most trustworthy friend. There's a powerful saying, you cannot heal what you refuse to look at. Writing is the first courageous step toward looking, really looking, at yourself. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHAY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHAY TV now to secure the best placement.
The Notebook, a mirror reflecting your discipline and commitment. Here's a sad truth. Many people go through life without truly managing themselves. They have ideas, but few get finished. They wake up fired up, then abandon it by afternoon. They keep saying, "I'll start again tomorrow," and tomorrow never comes. The problem isn't ability. It's the lack of a system to sustain it. A notebook, when used the right way, can completely shift that. Because it's not just where you record things, it's where you talk to yourself about what you're committed to. Start simple. Each evening, write the 3 most important things you want to finish tomorrow. Break big goals into bite-sized steps you can do in 20 minutes. At day's end, tick what you completed or mark X if you slipped. Write why you procrastinated. Capture how you feel after a disciplined day, not to judge, but to understand yourself better. Do this daily, and you'll realize discipline doesn't have to be suffering. Discipline doesn't have to be rigid. It's simply staying true to what you wrote down. If instead you keep everything in your head, you get swayed by emotions. You forget, lose momentum, give up. You have nothing to review, measure, or see how far you've come. When you put your plan on paper, you signal to your brain, "I'm serious. I have a path. I'll follow it." Day by day, you stop waiting for inspiration. You have a system, a process, and you begin to build trust in yourself. A disciplined person goes far, not because they're always strong, but because they keep their commitments even when the feeling is gone. A small notebook can help you turn goals into concrete actions, turn desires into specific plans, turn procrastination into habitual doing, and transform you from someone who gives up easily into someone more consistent day by day. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AAY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AAYTV now to secure the best placement.
The Notebook, an inner map that keeps you from getting lost in the rush of life. There are seasons in life when you're ridiculously busy, yet you don't know what you're actually living for. You wake up, go to work, answer messages, chase deadlines, scroll late into the night, and when night comes, you lie awake, hollow and restless. Are you truly living or just existing? Are you moving towards something or just moving so you don't fall behind? Have you ever sat down and asked yourself, what do I really want? What am I afraid of? What makes me feel like life matters? Sadly, in modern life, very few people pause long enough to listen to themselves. We chase deadlines. We get swept up by other people's expectations. We live for work, social media, external validation, and lose connection with our own inner world. A notebook is the one place no one can take from you. A space where you can be honest without judgment. A place to sit and actually hear what's inside. Imagine writing in it. A question. How do I feel today? A sentiment you've been too afraid to say out loud. Something you know needs to change, but haven't had the courage to face. A small desire you've buried under busy. Little by little, page by page, something miraculous emerges. The true portrait of you. Not the version society wants. Not the performance you put on for approval, but you, original, whole, contradictory, and real. When you write, you redraw your own map. And whenever life clouds your vision, you just open the notebook and reread what you wrote. You realize you're not lost. You've only momentarily forgotten the way, and the map is still here. Maybe you can't control everything outside, but in your notebook, you can redesign your life the way you want. You don't need others to define you. You don't need to look like anyone else. You just need to know where you are and where you truly want to go. A notebook may not make you famous or rich overnight, but it helps you preserve the most precious thing, awareness in a world that easily leads you astray. If life feels like it's pulling you too fast, stop. Open your notebook. Start rewriting your journey beginning today. No one can live your life for you, and no one understands you better than you do when you write it down. If you find this video helpful, please do me a few small but powerful favors. Like, subscribe, and share. Your support lets me keep delivering value. Are you looking to reach genuinely interested customers, increase brand awareness, and drive conversions? Partner with AHAY TV for video advertising starting at just $10. Reach attentive prospects, boost your brand's credibility, track results transparently, and choose from flexible formats. Fast to launch and cost-effective. Contact AHAY TV now to secure the best placement.